SummerSlam 2002.
Do you want to fight?
The build-up to one of the most loaded cards in wrestling pay-per-view history was set to be closed tonight, 3 days from the event, with the company looking to complete a strong business rebound on Sunday with one of the biggest SummerSlams in history after gradually heating up the product over the past month. With the show's success, in addition to the stacked lineup featuring the majority of top names in first-time high-profile matches, will largely depend on how strong the Rock vs. Brock build-up connected with the wide audience, with the unique presentation of it built around both's athletic background as football and wrestling national champions in an almost never-seen-before approach in the industry that would become the template to hype major MMA fights going forward, with the build-up which saw Rock and Brock completely kept apart for over a month continuing in the opening segment, with Heyman finally hyping the first Lesnar-Rock collision to take place later tonight, bringing out Rock for the response, saying that week after week he called out Lesnar to bring it with him, so far bringing nothing, setting up the top match of the night with Benoit and Eddie attacking Rock, followed by Edge to book the tag rematch for the main event, with SmackDown continuing the company's momentum on the way to Sunday with the Rock Lesnar-Heyman segment in the first quarter opening big with over 5.1 million viewers, the biggest audience to watch an opening segment on either Raw or SmackDown in nearly 3 months, and another strong indication of boosted interest heading into SummerSlam, with the broadcast in general showing a strong viewing pattern to pick up viewers in every quarter for the rest of the night. After officially setting up the Rock and Edge vs. Benoit and Guerrero tag match, SmackDown saw Matt Hardy making his in-ring debut on the brand in a match against Chavo, continuing his subtle heel turn coming in the near future, ending up with Kane's video appearing on screen for the distraction, with the company building up Kane's return from arm injury after almost 6 months on both brands, despite him originally being an exclusive Raw performer, including a recent SmackDown house show tour advertising for September listing Kane vs. Kurt Angle as one of the top matches on the card, to raise questions on which brand he's gonna come back to, with the Raw brand now lacking on the top babyface side, with Rock set to be out of the picture by next Monday to leave only Taker and Booker as the full-time performers, with SmackDown next seeing the final build-up to another major first-time match on Sunday with Angle vs. Mysterio in Ray's WWE pay-per-view debut, seeing Angle requesting a match against fellow cruiserweight Billy Kidman as a preview for SummerSlam, while warning Ray not to get involved in the match, with the first official Angle vs. Mysterio match is set to take place 24 hours before the pay-per-view, with Angle and Ray booked for the SmackDown house show in Albany to run through the match in preparation for Sunday, seeing SmackDown closing out the first hour with the Angle-Kidman match in the 8:45 to 9 p.m. quarter, picking up the show to 5.9 million viewers, with the hour overall averaging 5.3 million viewers to make it the most watched first hour on SmackDown since June, in a strong increase over the recent average, with Angle vs. Kidman going 9 minutes to end, with Ray interfering to cost Angle the match for the count-out finish. With the end of the Angle-Kidman match crossing just past 9 p.m. for the Mysterio-Angle follow-up, SmackDown, despite loading up the top of the hour quarter with 2 commercial breaks, picked up strong at an accelerated pace going forward for a quarter, featuring the Lesnar training video package for SummerSlam and mostly a classic Rock and Edge backstage segment hyping the Benoit and Guerrero main event tag match coming up, bumping the show into the 6 million viewers range way earlier than usual, with the second hour overall averaging over 6.4 million viewers in one of the most watched hours of WWE television in the brand extension era, as Rock with the realization that his full-time wrestling career is coming to an end in the near future, with him pretty much handpicking his opponents from Booker to Hogan to Lesnar since coming back from shooting the Scorpion King in July 2001, targeting the Lesnar match to headline a major event months in advance when seeing Brock's potential to be the next major headliner for the company, with the preparations to the big main event on Sunday seeing the company flying Brock to Miami during the week, with Rock targeting it to deliver an all-time great match in what might be their only major match against each other, inviting Lesnar to stay at his home for the week to work through the layout of their SummerSlam match in the ring in the same venue that Rock and Hogan went through the WrestleMania 18 match with Pat Patterson earlier in the year, along with Rock advising and preparing him for what's to come after Sunday night in every aspect, mentally, physically and politically, the moment he gets to the top of the business following the pay-per-view, with an even bigger bullseye than usual, with him getting the biggest fast-tracked push in history while still in his rookie year, with SmackDown's viewership continuing to climb with every quarter heading into the final half-hour, averaging over 6.6 million viewers, with the company running down the loaded SummerSlam card just before the main event. Rock and Edge vs Benoit and Guerrero in the rematch of their SmackDown main event 3 weeks ago went 12 minutes over the full final quarter, with SmackDown after seeing the company's overall TV product heating up by the week with boosted numbers and attendance on the way to SummerSlam, following the strong Raw viewership on Monday to close the build-up with the biggest audience to watch a WWE show in 3 months, drawing 5.9 million viewers for the full broadcast, which along with Raw's 5.6 million on Monday, making it the most watched week of WWE television since the first shows after the WWF name change in early May, with interest peaking at the right time and a strong sign for the pay-per-view, ending with Rock and Edge getting their win back to set up the big segment of the night, as after over a month of build-up to the moment, Rock and Lesnar were finally face-to-face in the ring at 9:58 p.m. for their first confrontation and final selling angle to the SummerSlam headliner, driving SmackDown's final quarter featuring the Rock and Edge vs Eddie and Benoit tag match, along with the hyped collision of Rock and Lesnar for the first time, spiking big to peak at a 4.3 rating with over 7 million viewers, the most watched segment on WWE TV since The Rock's TV return match against Kurt Angle on July 18, with Rock after the past month of challenging Lesnar to bring it, with Brock avoiding it week after week, calling him out face-to-face to set up their first televised physical confrontation in a fast-paced exchange to build the intrigue and give viewers a sample for what is expected in the match on Sunday, closing one of the best build-ups in SummerSlam history to create perhaps more anticipation for the Rock-Lesnar clash than any match since the first Rock vs Hogan earlier in the year, with strong expectations for it to match the build-up in the box office in 3 days with one of the biggest SummerSlam pay-per-views in history.
The great one, the next big thing, The Rock, Brock Lesnar.
Just bring it!